up? What up? It's your guy Marc Papers back for another episode of Gelato Talk. You already know. Best podcast in the world. Let me stop playing. It's a chill podcast. Everybody that's been tuning in, you know what I'm saying? We discuss various topics and we just keep the world moving, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life, there's a lot of places you can go and get information from, right? Me, I'm not giving information. I'm not really giving my opinion. I'm just giving the thoughts of the general, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, a lot of people that are left-minded thinkers, people that think outside of the box, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just need an outlet, a place that we can go and discuss different events and how we feel on things that everybody seems to think the same on, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when I was growing up, I always felt like I thought differently, you know what I'm saying? I was always type of nigga that, you know what I'm saying, just my opinions wasn't the same as everybody else's, and what happened was it caused me to be a loner, you know what I'm saying? I would tend to be by myself, or I would have very few friends. Like, I have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people that knew me, a lot of people that know my name, a lot of people that I chill with, stuff like that. But I feel like the people that I really connected with, one that, you know, I used to spend time at their house, and they know my mom and I know their parents, pretty much we was the one that was thinking differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? If everybody was going right, we was going left. You know what I'm saying? We just always did our own thing in general because that's just how we did it. You know what I'm saying? We always felt the need to, you know, think of our own. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of leads me into what I want to talk about today, amongst other things, is being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just be your fucking self, because at the end of the day, we all have role models. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young dude coming up, I really wanted to be myself always. You know what I'm saying? I always followed different people. Like, I like Jay-Z, I like Kanye West, I like Rick Ross. You know, I liked Warren Buffett. I liked, you know, just people that was different inside of business. People that were doing life seemed like they were leading it their own way. Like, I always admired those people. And I wanted my business to be like them. You know what I'm saying? In the case of Jay-Z and Kanye West, I wanted my music to sound as good as theirs, right? Like, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I always wanted to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Nope, nothing satisfies me more than being myself. Like you can't do me better than me. You know what I'm saying? And whether or not you like me, you know what I'm saying, it's a take it or leave it type of thing. Like, okay, if you don't fucks with me, cool. You know, maybe I'm not your cup of tea. I'm not your style of person. And I know that I rub certain people probably the wrong way. But, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, I used to care. But now I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I can't. Every situation I go in, or anyone I discuss stuff with or I talk to, I can't mold myself and change up who I am to be who you want me to be, right? That makes no fucking sense. Like, how am I even possibly gonna keep that going? So every time I go somewhere, every time I meet someone, I gotta be different. That's, you know, that's fucking, it's a lot of energy. You know, that's very draining, mentally draining type of way that you need to be. And I don't recommend that for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Be your fucking self. And a lot of people, like I said, like, being role models, having role models are cool, right? We all have them. But I just see so many people want to be Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Or when I was coming up, everybody wanted to be Lil Wayne. And then in high school, everybody wanted to be Dipset. Or G-Unit. Or Rockefeller. Like, why do motherfuckers want to be that? Like, just be yourself. Like, do some things that they like. Like, if you like the way that they rock their bandana, that's cool. You can do that. You can copy that. Just know that you was a following ass nigga. Like, I don't see how you're not. Like, I feel like people try to hide stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not following. It's my own style. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it different. No. Like, you're trying to be like XYZ. You're doing shit just like them. You're wearing stuff just like them. You're following. You're taking the fanship to another level to follow. That's what you want to do, right? Like, you don't want to just, you know, be a casual fan. Like, I wore Rockaware, you know, when Jay-Z was out. Does that make me a fanatic? No. I mean, he had hot clothes. I definitely wore other brands. I didn't just wear his shit. Hells no. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even if you try to be exactly like someone, right? If you try to copy how someone talks, you try to follow the way that the business that they're in. You try to speak just like them, dress like them, walk like them, talk like them, be like them, follow everything they do. You're not gonna be them. I hope you know that. Like, no matter what, someone could follow the exact same recipe as someone else. It's always gonna be different. You know, even when you're cooking food, right? You ever follow a recipe? I could make the same recipe of food. I could cook something 5 times, and they're gonna taste very similar, but they're not the same dishes. Like, if you blindfolded me and I had to taste all 5 of them, they're gonna taste a little different, even though they have the same ingredients. Like, you know, unless you put the exact same amounts, you know, which when you follow someone, you're not gonna do that. You didn't grow up like them. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have their family situation. You didn't drink the same juice that they did. You know what I'm saying? You didn't go through their struggles. Then that's what made them that person. You know, so just copying the good stuff, you're not going to get the whole palette. You know what I'm saying? You're missing a lot to it. So it's like, you know, everyone's trying to be Tupac. Like, it's cool. Like, we all could learn things from being Tupac. You know what I'm saying? He's very outgoing, energetic person, free thinker. He didn't give any fucks. You know, he did things his own way. Cool. Doesn't mean you have to do shit like Tupac, motherfucker. That's actually not, I wouldn't recommend that for most people. Like, you want to go through life being Pac, you're going to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, you know, start people up and rile them up in ways that you can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a consequence. Do you really want to be that? I think no. I think most people don't want to be that. They want the good stuff, but they don't want the bad stuff that comes with it, right? Like, you want to just be famous. You want all the credibility that comes with that. You want the money. You want the fame, but you don't realize that you're going to lose all your privacy. Nothing you do from now on is going to be in private. It's going to be in the public. Everyone's going to know about it. Whoever you're dating is public. What your children do is public. When you step outside, if you take pictures, if you don't take pictures, whatever you do, people gonna know about it, and then they know more about you. You know what I'm saying? They are involved in your life in a way that you may not have considered. And if you did not consider that, you're the type of person that you're just asking for the good without the bad. You gotta take the bad too. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I do, when I pursue something, when I was younger, I used to pursue things and it's like, oh, this is going to be the hottest shit in the world. You got all these ideas on how the business is going to go, how it's going to be successful, how much money you're going to make, how you're going to keep it going once it's running, all this stuff when you first started or before you start, right? Like, when you have the ideas in your head to start something, that's all you think about. How good it's gonna go, how well it's gonna go, how strong you're gonna give an effort. But after time, that thing fades out. That feeling of euphoria fades away. You know what I'm saying? You're not as excited about something 20 years in as to when you first started. It just is what it is. Like, you're not gonna have that same passion. You can have a different type of passion as you go along. You know, when something you really like doing it, and then you just do it all the time, right? Like Jeff Gordon, he's a NASCAR driver. His first race is different from when he just gets in the car and he just races in his 100th race, right? Because he's been doing it now. Now he knows how it works. He knows that if he wins this race, he's gonna get a trophy. He's gonna put it with his other trophies. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same feeling. You know, but you know, you keep it going. You know, once you're in it, you know, I feel like it's a feeling like a roller coaster. You go all the way up, you get to the top, you're like, oh shit, and then there's the drop. Or are you still gonna be excited after the drop? That's the key to being successful. You know, it's not all about just chasing the same stuff over and over. You know. Because success comes and it goes, no matter what. No matter what you pursue, no matter what you go after, success is gonna come and it's gonna go. Sometimes you're gonna have more success than others. Sometimes you're gonna be like, you barely give an effort, but things are gonna roll for you. Or some things you did, they all gonna land at one point, one stop, and now you're obtaining success in a way that you've never seen before, right? Because things that you did for a year straight, now they're starting to come to fruition, right? Like, things are starting to move forward, and people you've met are starting to, finally come into the light, and you'll be able to work with them, and then the project that you started 12 weeks ago, now it's falling in line, and now you have more skills, and then you build and you build and you build, right? It's a snowball effect. It's very hard, very difficult to start at the top in the beginning. To me personally, I don't think that's possible. I think stories of success, when you look at someone that's trying to be successful, achieving success, you look at their story, the journey is more incredible than anything, right? The journey of how the fuck did they get to become what you're looking at, right? Like, what did they go through? How many steps did they have to climb up? How much piss did they have to step in? How many dirty bathrooms were they in? How many bad food spots they had to eat in? How many times they had to wear the same clothes? Like, how much stuff they had to go through to become that famous rich person? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes when you listen to someone's story, you read their book, you hear them in an interview, they'll tell you some stuff, but they can't tell you everything. They can't tell you everything they had to go through to get to where they went through. I feel like even for myself, like, I went through a lot of different things I would say successful, you know what I'm saying? But I always was not successful. I always was not good at what I did. You know what I'm saying? I always didn't have good quality of the things I was putting out, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while just to learn what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I'm running the label, when I'm running Top 5, and artists come to me and they ask questions, I already did that shit. You know what I'm saying? They have a question for me that they have never experienced, right? They're like, well, when I go on stage and I perform, should I bring this version of the song? Should I perform it with this? They have questions like that. I already did that. You know what I'm saying? That's why the power of having a mentor is so powerful. It's one of the most powerful things. Like, anyone you see with a dad, good parents, good parenting, mentorship, big brothers, big sisters, stuff like that. Someone that pretty much looked over your career, whatever you're trying to pursue, and they helped guide you because they did it before. They're one of the best people. Some of the best people came from those environments. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Would Aaron Rodgers be as good if he didn't sit behind a legendary quarterback for like 4 seasons? I don't know. I doubt it. Me personally, I doubt it. I feel like you're going to learn stuff that you would have learned it. You would have learned it too, but it would have took you forever. I don't know if you would have gotten there. You may not have pushed yourself the same way too. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to learn from somebody that already did this shit. I mean, they already did it. Like, you don't have to show them nothing. You don't have to figure it out, fall down on your face, try to figure out a new route, come back again, make a new plan, and then execute. No, they already gonna tell you, well, if you do it this way, here is your outcome. If you do it this way, this is what's gonna happen. And then you can make your own choice from there. You know what I'm saying? You save yourself so much time and steps of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you gotta really focus on what you think is right for your career, right for your success. You know what I'm saying? Happiness, it's a cost. It's a subjective. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be happy right now. You should be, no matter which place that you are in your journey. Right? Like, you gotta be happy with the grind. You gotta be happy making mixtapes. To say, okay, all of these is gonna add up to one day I can make that album. You know what I'm saying? I can go platinum, right? So how are you gonna get there? Like, to me, majority of most artists, they made a bunch of records that you've never heard. right? Like before he made Thriller, he had some records that you didn't hear. Like he had songs that they were just okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like before he made his first record, you know, he had songs that, you know, was, you could throw them in the trash. Like now they fucking relics because you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like my catalog, since I made Laughing at These Haters, has gone up in value, right? Because I have one record that has reached worldwide. The record's, you know, bigger than anything else in my career. So the rest of my records, now they have value too, because it's like, okay, well, if he made this song, which is good, his other songs are probably good too, right? But if you never make that one good song, then all your records are like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes all you need is one thing to splash, one thing to hit and ring, and you're like, whoa. It's going to make everything else land better for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do as far as entrepreneurship. Like I have, you know, and again, never brag, never flex. I have multiple things that I'm working on, multiple LLCs that I'm a part of, and they do different things. They literally do different things, and I purposely did that. Why? Because I didn't want everything to fall on music, right? I looked at the most successful people, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, you know, Russell Simmons, some of the most successful businessmen. A lot of the time, they just didn't do music. You know, they got a lot of their revenue puff from their clothing brand, from you know, from their alcohol brand, from their television brand, from their sports management brand. You know what I'm saying? They did other things, and I encourage anyone that does music or any type of art form, anything creative, that you should probably have something else that you do that has nothing else to do with music. And if that's how you generate revenue, that's fine. That is totally fine. Like if you're a painter by day, but at night and on Saturday nights you're a DJ, then you're a fucking DJ. You know? Don't tell me you're a painter. Like, yo, I paint too. If you want to tell people that, that's fine. But people don't need to know what you do in your personal life. I heard that Slim Thug from Texas, that rapper, he was a real estate agent before he came up with his rap stuff. So, you know, he was making money like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're pursuing your goals, you're doing it the right way, and you're earning revenue that's actually fueling your music business, that's a great thing. You know, I think a lot of time rappers, and because we shamed it, you know, right? Like look, like that famous line, I can never work at UPS, right? Don't be mad, UPS is higher. Like Biggie ruined it. He ruined it. You cannot work there. I don't want nobody to see me there. Because it sounds funny, but in reality, that shouldn't matter, right? Like if you're working a job and you're using it to fuel another business, that's a good thing. Like as a business owner, that's, you know, you're taking revenue from one thing and you're putting it into something else. You know what I'm saying? This is not what you want to do. You have to do it, which is earn income, right? Any way that you possibly can, earn that money. Once you do that, you can take some of that once you're done paying your bills and then pursue something else. To me, that's what you're supposed to do to get out the fucking rat race. Right? You gotta do something that's gonna be leading you to freedom. Because if not, you're gonna be having to do the same shit over and over and over, which is stuck in your 9 to 5. Now, if that's something you like, if you like going there, it pays all your bills, you get to go on 1 or 2 vacations a year, your place that you work is stable and you like the work and it doesn't bother you that much, you should fucking stay there. You know, there's 2 sides of this coin. It's like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. You still have to go to work. Like, I don't think people realize that. I think, I want to be my own boss. I'm a boss. I want to work for myself. Yeah, cool. But you still have to work. And sometimes you have to work more than if you were working for someone else, right? You have to do so much other shit because it's you doing it, right? No one's gonna do the work for you. When you're an employee, you're part of a team, and the 10 of you, the 20 of you, the 50 of you, how many people work for that business, you have to work as a team, and then you get a job done for the boss, right? But you know what I'm saying? Again, it's all relative. You know what I'm saying? You get paid as an employee, but you only have to do work as an employee. If this whole shit, your whole place of work burns down, the boss has to replace that shit. You have to fucking get new products and all that shit. You know, if the place gets robbed, he got to replace that shit. You know, you ever worked at a place before that got robbed or they lost like mad money? Motherfucker, you still got paid that week. You know, you still got your money. The person that owns that shit, they probably they have to cut back somewhere else, or like I said, get money from something else. So it's really important to diversify in anything you do. You know, from the things you do, try to, you know, spread it up a little bit, and then when you do other businesses, you know what I'm saying, I like to diversify with that too. You know, so it's a good thing to kind of have multiple things going. So this week, this episode, we have. So this episode, we have one of the laws from the 48 Laws of Power, and it's concentrate your forces. You know, that's kind of what I was alluding to a little bit, but concentrate your forces, that when you focus on something, you actually should really just focus on that more than anything else. Like, concentrate your forces. Like, if you have a business that creates marshmallow products, and then you have, you could teach yourself how to make sugar. So that way, now your marshmallow business, you actually create the sugar to put for your marshmallow business. You know, just an analogy of kind of using two things that both help one main thing. And that's pretty good. That's actually going to help you, you know, get to somewhere farther and faster. Like for me, I really concentrate my forces when it comes to music. Like I focus on creating the music and then producing it. And then when I listen, in my spare time, I choose to listen to other music, or I watch podcasts on legendary musicians and people that talk about their journey on music. Like everything I do goes back to my music production business. That is my main thing. That's where I get my income from. That is what supports me. So what I do mostly is that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to be the best chef of all time, I should focus on being a chef. You know what I'm saying? Fucking always watching cooking shows. You should be, you know, reading cooking books, techniques, cooking for yourself, cooking for others, doing event. Like everything you do should be that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in your spare time. You gotta, you know, spend time with your spouse or your children or go to work. Again, those are things that you need to do. But when you have time and you get to choose, you know, instead of hanging out with your fucking friends that won't lead your ass to anything successful, work on your craft. You know, life is bigger than just working on your craft or working on being skillful or creating a hobby for money, right? Personally, I think that no matter what you do, any job, you should have a fucking hobby. Like, you should have something else that you like to do when you're not at work. And I'll give you reasons why. When you're not doing that shit, your brain is just fucking lofting out there. It's just sitting there. It's just deciding on itself random stuff, right? So unless you focus in and control on what you really like to focus on, like what you want to learn about, it's going to do whatever. Don't you want after 20 years, 10 years, you're like, you know what? I really liked ceramics. So, you know, every Saturday, you know, I go to this place and I make bowls and vases, and you know, I make stuff and I give it away or I sell it, whatever, you know. But it really calms me. It helps your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Having something that your mind can go to, and also see the product of what you've created it's a beautiful thing. You know, I don't know why more people don't go after that. You know, don't be afraid to pursue a hobby. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, you're not that good, so what? That's the purpose of it. That's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? Starting from level 1 and working until you reach level 99, God willing. That's all you can do. But, you know, the beauty is in seeing it from 1, not going from 1 to instantly 99. The beauty is in going from 1, then 2, and then all of a sudden you're at 5, then you're at 10, you're at 20. You're like, oh, what the hell? You look at your old work year over year over year, month after month after week. That's what success is that slow progress, that slow tiny, like you're better, you're better, you're better, you're better, you're good, you're better, you're better, you're better, you're great, you're better, you're better, you're better, you're excellent, you're better, you're better, you're better, so on and so forth till you reach master level. You know what I'm saying? And your goal should always be try to be master level in life. The people to me that we look up to, celebrities, famous people, Olympians, they're all just master levels at shit. Like they just mastered their creativeness, their proudness, their level of humanity, of human being. They're fucking masters at it. Like there's people that know how to fucking bake weed really good. Like you may not think that's special. There's people that know how to garden really well. Like they could fucking plant anything and they'll make it grow and it looks beautiful. There's people that know how to paint really well. There's people that know how to sing. Again, the list goes on. Like there's so many things in this world that you can do. And now these days too, it's like less barriers. There's less barriers to do stuff. Like you could legitimately own a clothing company right now. You couldn't do that shit in 2002. Like that shit didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everything is white. It's likely if you really care about them. You know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy. If you really want to do something, you really want to pursue something, go hard at it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's your best effort. Make sure that you going harder than everybody else. Like make sure that you're satisfied with the level of grind you're giving. You know what I'm saying? Like don't half-ass something and then get mad when you don't get what you want out of it. Like that don't make no sense. Like did you give your all? Like did you give a fucking level of effort that it can't be equated to nothing else? If you did, then cool. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Before I go to bed every night, I ask myself, did I complete everything on my schedule? Did I reach out to people that I loved? I tell them I love them. You know what I'm saying? As much as possible. The ones that I get to talk to, right? You know what I'm saying? Did I drink water? Did I take time to praise God and tell God how grateful I am? Did I do these things? If I did those things, then I had a pretty good day. That's all I can really ask for. It's all I can fucking want out of life. You know what I'm saying? If I gave that type of effort, that type of love, that type of commitment to reach my goals, because my goals are important. You know, I feel like if you look at your goals, they're so important and they're so unbreakable. Like you have to reach them no matter what. You'll treat them differently. Right? Like people that want to lose weight. Like I wanted to change my weight. It wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to the gym consistently. Like there were some days I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? People that asked me about how come I was able to do music for so long. Like I wasn't getting paid for this shit. Well, you think I was getting paid? You think I was getting paid off rap? No. It took me years and years and years to get a fucking check, to get some royalties. You know, now my shit is consistent, but it took me fucking years and years. And the thing is, I took a lot of time off. I didn't expect to even get anything back. You know what I'm saying? So when I came back into music, it was for the love. It was because I didn't have anything else to do. And I knew that I knew how to make records. I know how to have a studio. I know how to have a home studio. I know how to build records. I know how to create music. I know how to do music production. So now that I have all this free time, why don't I go and just do that shit? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I fell back into it. And then now I'm like, okay, well, now that I'm doing this and I know what I'm doing, I might as well take it serious. And that was the key for me. That was the biggest key when I said, yo, I'm going to start taking it serious from now on. Because if not, you're just playing with it, right? Like I tell bitches that I fuck with, like, don't play with my dick. Don't play with my shit. Like if you want to get at you on some, then go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't fuck around and you kind of like. I don't like that. I hate that.
And they be people that complain and they know damn well they're not giving a good effort. Like, I hate when someone's really grinding and they're going dumb hard and they're giving all their time and their resource and their money and they're really doing what they can and they're not reaching their goals. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I would encourage that person to keep going, because if you keep doing that for a long period of time, you'll be fine. Like, seriously, like, nothing will come bad of you going hard at pursuing something. Even if you don't reach what you think you want, because you're reaching something else. Even if you don't reach what you think you want, you still get to something else. Meaning you're gonna be really great at doing things. You're really great at being persistent. You're really good at not giving up. You're really good at clocking in. You're really good at showing up. You're really good at discipline. You think those type of skills don't translate to other things? Because they do. I want to be a disciplined person no matter what. Like, it don't have to be fucking music. Like, no matter what, I want to be disciplined. Like, if I things in my life I do that in moderation. Things that I don't like, I never do them. And that's the way that I choose to live. Like, that the fuck is not it's not negotiable. Like, everything in this new era, the new way that we live, everything is negotiable. Everything is fucking to be determined. Everything is changeable. Everything is adaptable. It really shouldn't be like that. Some things, a no is a no. Like, what the fuck? like, I'm sober. It's not an option for me to, okay, well, I'll drink today and then I'll fucking not drink. No, no. I have a commitment that I don't want to do this because I know where it would lead to. I'm not even going to do it at all, even when I'm by myself. You know, you committed in your relationship. Are you going to be faithful or not? It's not, okay, well, I'm committed, but I'll fuck around when I want to. No. Even when your wife's not there, you should still be the man that you promise her to be. That's what you should do. But again, everyone has their own morals. At the end of the day, I know that when I'm doing the right things, when I'm doing all of the right things, I have nothing to worry about. Like, I sleep like a fucking baby. Like, I don't have nothing dirty on my conscience. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing any harm to anyone, and I'm not fucking behind anybody's back talking shit. I'm not doing anything that's negative, that gonna bring negative, wrong spirits to me, right? So when I'm chilling, I'm chilling. I'm just chilling. Like, when I burn weed, bro, and I go in the studio and I make a record, I don't have I don't smoke weed and then I get stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit down sometimes and I get anxiety for no reason. To me, when you get all that shit, is because you have fucking shit you're not dealing with. And it's just coming back at random times because you didn't deal with it when you're supposed to. So the body and the brain is saying, well, that problem you never fixed? Yeah, you got to fix it. That's what it's telling you. You can't live life and just have, you fucking one of your tires is flat and you just ignore this shit and you just driving. Yeah, it's gonna drive, asshole. It'll still get you to Walmart, dickhead. But there's a flat tire. You should fucking probably fix that. That's life. That's your body. That's your mind. That's your spirit. That's your chakras. Everything needs to be in alignment and it's going well and it's going the way that you want to get it. Because if not, let me tell you, your brain, your mind's going to be on autopilot. It's going to take whoever the fuck it wants to go. To me, our lives are already like predetermined in different endings. Like, there's probably like an infinite number of fucking endings, but it's a predetermined shit. Meaning that once you go into certain shit, it's gonna go that way regardless. Like, you can't go backwards. That's why there's no time machines, right? Like, if you changed one thing in your life, it would change so much shit. It would be a different life. That type of shit, right? So you couldn't go back and fix or change one thing. It would just you'd have a different life, right? So whatever step you take, you already went that way, right? You can't go back. So it's different. Now you're in a different branch and you can go different options, right? So the things you pick, it should be the things you want to pick. Don't let it pick by itself. What the fuck? Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not about to just pick stuff in my life that has nothing to do with me, things I don't want, know that things I don't like, but I'm still doing it. Why? For who? Not for me. I'd rather fucking not pursue those things. You know, it ain't worth it, right? I think in life is all about doing what you want to do, and that is success. That's how you be happy. It's not about the end level. It's not about level 99. It's about being on level 1 and then going to level 2 and then to 3.